Hey everyone, Shabby Gaming here, and we are back with some more of the Gibraltar Challenge here on Football Manager 2016. Now in the last episode, in case you didn't see it, we did have our first match of the Champions League group stages for the 2027-28 season. We faced up against Bayern Munich at the Allianz. It is the Allianz Arena. I asked myself this last time. It is the Allianz Arena. And we lost 2-0, which actually, considering how good of a team Bayern Munich are, it isn't actually that bad of a result. Well, of course, we do need to worry about PSG because they are the current European champion, so they might be a bit stronger. But who knows? We might be able to pick up a little bit of a... maybe a couple of points here and there, who knows? Of course, if we do pick up a draw or a win somewhere, we will get an extra wad of cash as well. In this episode, we will be at home to Lynx in the First Division, our first league game of the season, and then we will be at home to Valencia in the Champions League as well. So, should be a pretty easy game and then a very difficult game as well. So, hopefully, we're going to see some good results for us anyway. But yeah, let's get into our first match against Lynx and see what's crack-a-lackin'. I cannot believe I just said that. And here we go. We are heavy favourites of this one as always. And I didn't realise this is now going to be our 13th season. Is that right? 13th? We've been in charge of this team now for 12 years, which is a big amount for us. I'm hoping to get to at least 20 before the new game comes out. And hopefully by then we will be a little bit stronger in Europe, hopefully, anyway. And this stand will be finished by then, hopefully, as well. But yeah, this should be a pretty easy season for us once again. Have they got anyone of any interest? Can't see anyone, no. Still look pretty basic. We've gone for a little bit more aggressive, I suppose, in this one. But we have changed the team up quite a bit just to try and keep people happy and try and give people a bit of first team football as well. First ever league appearance is going to be then for Matteo Leguern. We've had him now for a good few years. We've had him since 2023, and this is going to be his first ever league game. He played one continental match last season, and that's it. So he's played one continental match, that was it, and he conceded 3 goals in that Champions League qualifier as well. So this is his first chance to show us what he can do, really. Brought Ashley Riley in just for a bit of a swan song, really. I want to give him a few more games because he has been dropped out of the Gibraltar national side because he's not been playing enough at first team football. So I thought we'd give him the opportunity here today. Alongside him, we have Jim Morrison, who hopefully will be called up for the Gibraltar national side in the next couple of weeks for their friendly matches, which, if he is, we will watch in those friendly matches. Alongside him, we have Loran, a Brazilian centre-back we brought last season. He's a little bit unhappy here and there for not playing enough first-team football, but hopefully we can start to change that around a bit this season. Right back, we have Mauricio Suesecan, the Colombian right back. I don't think he's actually that good, really, and maybe if somebody comes in for him, we might actually let him go in the future, but for now we'll use him. Central midfield spots, we have Eric Bernal, the American, and he can't be far away from joining Gibraltar either, can he? He is 2 years away from joining Gibraltar, so hopefully he will. Alongside him, Gibraltar's highest capped player, Frank Evans, with 80 caps and 4 goals. Such an amazing player. I really like this guy. I'm a massive fan of him, and I'm so glad that he's stuck his entire career with us. He's been here since the very first season he came through the academy, so it's such a great player. As you can see, in the last few years, his appearances have ever so slightly dropped because of when we went professional. He wasn't quite at the right stage, but we'll still give him games here and there, I think. Attacking midfield role, we have Chris Kean, the player we got in a free transfer from Brighton. This is going to be his first ever league appearance, of course, because he only came in this summer. But he has played a couple of games in the Champions League for us and the Pepe Reyes Cup final as well. We also have Christian Baez, a player who's only played a couple of games so far in the Champions League, so he'll be looking for a bit more first-team football. It's been a bit of a struggle for him to get in the first team this season because there's a lot more competition for those attacking roles. And a player we haven't seen for a very long time, Ashley Miller. Another young Gibraltarian player. He's only 24 years old. He's always got 49 caps for Gibraltar, so he'll probably end up overtaking Frank Evans at some point. Decent player, actually. We've had him since the 2018-19 season. See, he's not played now. He played once last season. He played 7 times that year. That probably was to do with the Champions League rules, probably. But we'll give it another game here, see where he gets on. And then upstairs, up front, we have Eric Franks, a player who, again, we'll probably let go now if we do get an offer for him. He's played 4 caps, so he's never going to play for Gibraltar, and he's not quite at the same power as some of our other strikers anyway. And he's earning 1.2k, which is not actually that much compared to some of our other players, but still. Right, so that is our team for today. Hopefully it's going to be a pretty dominant performance as well. I'm assuming it will be. A lot of players playing their first games of the season here. And like I said, this is going to be very much the formula for the next few episodes. We'll be resting quite a lot of our main squad in the league and giving some of our backup players a chance in the league, just to get their match fitness up and keep them happy as well, and also to protect the players that could do us a good job in Europe. So we're 8 minutes in, yet to score a goal. I'm very disappointed. Here we go. Here we go. So yeah, that stand at the back should be finished by the end of the season. Oh, Bayers, how have you missed that, my friend? How have you missed that? Yeah, the stand there at the back should be finished by the end of the season, and it should put us up to 5,000 seater capacity, which I believe is the maximum size for this stadium. It cannot be increased anymore. Then once we've done that, then we will look to again start to build our own stadium. I just wanted to get this stadium up to the maximum it could possibly be at as well, just so that helps all the other clubs in Gibraltar when we leave this stadium and go to our own. When we leave this stadium and go to our own, it's going to be a massive help for us, because then we can start to play pre-season matches and stuff like that and not have to worry about fixture congestion and trying to get other people in there. It's such a pain. Keane plays the big ball forward. Hunter cuts it out before Franks can get there. Now Evans is on the ball. So we've not got our strongest team out today, but it should still be very much strong enough to defeat Lynx here. Sussecan into Keane, to Franks, comes back to Keane, who plays it in. Ashley Miller's there, and Ashley Miller could not score. So of course Jim Morrison, who's playing at centre-back for this game, he is eligible now to be called up for Gibraltar, and hopefully that will happen in the next couple of weeks when they have those friendly matches against England. If it does happen, we will watch those matches. Just as a one-off episode, we'll watch a couple of international matches. Ramito can also be called up, but he's not taken it yet. It's showing that he's been in the country for long enough, but he's not sort of agreed to being called up yet, if that makes sense. So hopefully that'll happen very, very soon as well, because I'm sure he will get called up straight away if he accepts it. The problem is he does keep getting called up for Australia, but I think he's like their third choice goalkeeper, and he can't seem to get into the team. The thing, if he takes Gibraltarian nationality and gets called up for the national side, he'll be first choice for the next 10 years at least. Unless we get a better goalkeeper that signs up, but I don't think that'll happen. Ashley Riley out on the left. There's the ball in. Can we score the first goal? Evans, and there's Franks. Franks and Evans mixing up well. And we do get the goal. So a good assist there by Frank Evans as well. Like I said, I want to try and give these guys a little bit more of an opportunity this season. We didn't play them a lot the last few years, and it sort of dropped them out of favour with the national side as well, which is disappointing. When you're seeing players like Ashley Riley, who's quite easily the best wing-back the country has to offer, and he's not getting in the national side because he's not playing enough games for us, that's a little bit disappointing. So I want to try and keep him happy. And Frank Evans as well, Ashley Miller. So we've actually got 3 Gibraltarian nationals on the pitch today, which is good. Oh, been cut out completely there. It depends if you count Jim Morrison as a Gibraltarian national now. We've actually got quite a few players that are Gibraltarian nationals, but they've not been in the country long enough to play for the international side yet. Sussecan into Bayez. He comes running down this right side here now. Quick little chip in. It's going to come back to Bayez. He plays it back out to Eric Bernal, who didn't play a lot of football for us last season either. I want to keep him around though. There's a few players that I'm just keeping around just for the sheer fact of gaining nationality. Once they've gained that 5 years, we'll let them go. There's a few players we don't need anymore, like Dulce, the Argentinian centre-back. He's got another year. Eric Bernal's got another couple of years. And when they do gain that nationality, we'll let them go. Eric Franks, great goal once again. Storming it right into the top corner. All of a sudden, the floodgates have now opened, and we lead Lynx here 2-0. Fantastic. Good assist there by Keane as well. Slammed it right in the top corner there by Eric Franks. I'm so looking forward to, I don't want to say getting this season out of the way, because I obviously been enjoying all these seasons, but I want to get this new stand finished. I want to see if it improves our reputation at all, because we're up to 1 star now. We started at half a star. I don't know, I'm hoping to get it up a lot quicker than this. I honestly thought once we got into the Champions League group stage and the Europa League group stage in consecutive years, now the Champions League group stage again, I thought our reputation would shoot up by now. But evidently that's not the case. Sussecan into Ashley Miller. Let's take it out. And that's the problem. You have certain other players on the pitch that probably would have kept that ball, whereas Miller lost it. And that's why we don't play them that often. But still, I think it's still, well, winning 2-0. We've still got enough in the locker to counteract these players that aren't quite at the same quality. Keane loses the ball, but he gets it back. Plays that wide to Eric Franks. Miller's the only man in the box at the moment. Franks plays it back to Ashley Riley. into Eric Bernal. Cross to Baez, out to Keane, to Miller. Miller sees a nice ball into Frank Evans, and the two Gibraltarian players link up fantastically well, and Frank Evans gets himself a goal, and we are 3-0 up now. So great work there by Miller and Evans. Great bit of a interplay between the two, which is good to see for the international side as well. It means they're both going to get their match fitness up a little bit as well, which would be good for the national side. Wow, what a shot that was by Frank Evans. That was a real stinger, that was. That was never going to slow down for anybody, that one. So we're 3-0 up now, and I think that puts us top of the table already. We've got highest goal difference, but I'm sure there'll be some more in the second half. You can always hope anyway. Oh, I mean, it might be another one in the first half here. Keane's got the free kick, plays it across to Baez. Great little ball in. Oh, Frank Evans, you had a chance for your second then. You just had to contain your excitement. But there we go, 3-0 up at half-time. Fantastic for us. I'm very pleased with that. Frank Evans is having a storming match. He's an 8.6. 1 goal, 1 assist, which is great. Ashley Miller with an assist as well. So just showing you how good these the Gibraltarian players are. 7.3 for Riley as well, the best rated all defenders. It just shows that they're very good players, these defenders, these Gibraltarian players. They're not quite at the same level, but I don't know what it is. I think they just seem to have more pride to play for the clubs, considering that most of them came through the academy. I think Riley we poached away from Lincoln Red Imps very early on in the game. But apart from that, everyone else were players that came through our academy. Frank Evans, Baxter, of course, is injured at the moment, the left back, and Ashley Riley. Not Ashley Riley, sorry. Frank Evans and Ashley Miller. So there is a highlight here as well. Long plays it out. Oh, cut out there by Miller very well. Keane plays it into Baez. And all of a sudden we're on the attack once again. Baez still has it, but he's taken it too far, and Davis steals it back. Oh, but then Frank Evans gets it back again. Into Eric Franks. Across to Keane. Keane, oh, he played it quite slow, but the direction was perfect and put it right in the bottom corner. And Chris Keane with his second goal of the season. And we are 4-0 up after 48 minutes. Good result. Well, it's not a result yet, but it will be soon. I'm happy with that. 4-0 lead. I'm assuming we're probably going to get a 6 or 7 in this one, if things still keep going the same way. And some of these players having absolutely cracking matches. I'm really happy about this. Might make a couple of substitutions here and there. We do have a corner first though. Keane's going to send the ball in. And Jim Morrison, oh, great. I don't know if that was a save or if that came off the post or what, but it was close by Jim Morrison, almost getting himself a goal. Keane once again to take the corner. Plays it in. I do apologise. The game seems to be a little bit jumpy at the moment. I'm hoping that does not being transferred too much into the video. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to advanced tactics. I'm just going to change everything up at the moment, right? I think we're going to take out Christian, Baez and Keane are both going to come off. Just because I want to protect them for future matches in the league and in Europe as well. So Lee Song Zhao, who likes to play as a wide target man, which is a very unique role. He's going to be playing out there, and Finn Baird's going to come on as attacking left midfield. Still struggling to get his match fitness up. Oh, it is up now. Okay, we'll bring him on anyway, just give him a bit of a run around. He's a player who's not really developed as quickly as we hoped, really. I'm a little bit disappointed with Finn Baird. I was hoping he would be one of the top players at our club by now, but seems to be struggling to reach that potential, and we'll have to just keep an eye on it, really. He is a player who potentially could play for Gibraltar in a few years as well, as long as he's not called up by Australia. Australia's one of those funny sort of nations where in some positions they have really strong players, and in some positions they have quite weaker players. So it's it can be quite up and down whether you can keep a hold of some of these players for your nation or not. Frank Evans into Miller. Miller sees the run of Eric Franks, who's on a hat-trick. It doesn't go in, but Lee Zhangzhou has gone there now. Plays it back to Susakan, who does just about keep it in. There's a deep cross. It's headed clear. And that is the end of the highlight. So it looks like I was wrong when I said 5, 6 or 7-0. It looks like it could end up just being the 4. Never highlight though. Riley cuts that ball out straight across to Li Zhangzhou. He plays it into Miller. Forward to Franks. Franks sees the run of Finbed on the outside. He needs some support in the box. Oh, does he? Oh, he nearly went the whole way on his own there. And we get the corner. Now Baird to take the corner. Plays the ball in. Is that going out for another corner? It is another corner. Good defensive header there by Hunter. And here comes another corner to be taken by Finbed. It's going to come back out to Finbed, is it? Yeah, no, it's another corner. Another Finbed corner. He's getting a lot of these now. And again, it's headed clear by Hunter. He's having a good game, Hunter. He's done some good defensive work there. Eric Franks is on the ball. It's amazing to think that our striker is the one man who gets out of the box and gets that ball before it goes out. Across to Riley. And that looks like it could be the end of the game then. Eric Franks had a good game. But Frank Evans is on a fantastic game as well. And Ashley Miller's had a very good game as well. So the three Gibraltarian players have really impressed in this one, I must say. The three players who you probably say were the weakest in our team are the three players that have really impressed. And Eric Franks, the player at the beginning of the match I was saying I was contemplating maybe getting rid of at some point, ended up having a really good game as well. But like I said, we'll continue to keep hold of a lot of these players just to try and get them into the national side as well. And people like Eric Franks and Susican now both play for their nation, so they're not really that needed for us now. We can replace them with better players, I reckon. So I'm pleased with the way you played. We won 4-0, which puts us top of the table by goal difference. It does. And yeah, it's a pretty good start to the episode. Let's get into that second home game now and see if we can also do a decent result against Valencia. And here we go. As you can see, we are massive underdogs for this one, which is what you'd probably expect from this one. Valencia are the big favourites. They are 1-6. We are 10-1. Let's have a quick look at their key man as well. Their key man is this striker, who's not actually that fantastic, is he? He's a good player. 16 finishing, 16 heading. He's not got a lot of all-round stats, has he? But he's still a pretty good player by the looks of it, actually. I'm not going to say too much bad about him because he'll probably come score 15 hat-tricks against us, something stupid like that. The team we've got going on tonight, then we've got Bruno Ramito back in goal for this one. And left back we have gone with Jose Ramon Gallardo. I got mixed up my Juans and Jose's then for a second. Into the two centre-back positions, we do have an injury to Patino, so Jared Madison comes in at centre-back. Not the strongest player around, but still a very good player nonetheless. Simplice McKendy continues his reign of dominance in that centre-back position. He's a cracking player, and his stats are going up as well, which is always good to see. In the right-back position, we have Fidel Munoz, a player I'm really hoping will stick around for long enough to play for Gibraltar, because that'd be a massive one for Gibraltar. Two defensive midfielders, we have got, of course, Chris Morgan, who's still unhappy and wants to leave the team. I'm sure we can hopefully get around that somehow. And Anders Broga as well. Then we've got Oyazan playing that central midfield role. The attacking left midfield role, we have got Finn Baird, whose stats are now going up again, which is good to see because, like I said in the previous match, he's struggling a little bit. He's not really hit the heights we were hoping for him, but if his stats can start to shoot up over the next couple of years, that'd be good. And I don't know why Otero's stats are going down. But Otero's been a beast for us. Look, again, six appearances, 12 assists, give you some idea of how good he's been this season. And up front, we're going with our first £1 million player in the shape of Aritz. Oh, I've had to change his nickname to Aritz because I can't pronounce his full name. There we go. So that's what we've got. Have they got anyone of any interest that we recognise the name of? Nothing that I can see, no. We've got Kurt Zuma on the bench. Is that Kurt Zuma? It is Kurt Zuma. French centre-back. That's pretty cool. And I also recognise this name as well. I think this is one of the young Brazilian defensive midfielders in the game. Yep, Brazilian defensive midfielder, yep. And then Baba Rahman. Does he play for Chelsea at the moment, or did Chelsea just sold him? Yep, he's ex-Chelsea. So they've got a few players we do recognise on the bench, but no one on the pitch. So, what do we do? What do we do? Go out there and impress me? That's motivated people. Now let's tell them that we passionately believe they have a lot to give, which they're all happy with, apart from Aritz and Munoz, which is annoying. And here we go. We are underway. Of course, we only lost 2-0 against Bayern Munich, and that probably should have been 1-0, but we went all out attack for the last few minutes to try and get that one goal back and try and get the draw, and we ended up getting caught out. So hopefully we can do a little bit better in this one. There is a highlight within a minute, though, which is not very good. It could be good if it's our highlight, but I just doubt it will be. McKendy heads it clear. It's picked up by Salvador. Into Pena, into Pascual. I wonder if we'll get to the point where we start to encounter some of the players we've sold in the Champions League. Oh, Pascal, that's a good run. And it's a good shot and it's a very good goal. And we are 1-0 down after 1 minute and 20 seconds. That is not good. I'm not impressed. Surely we could have held out for a bit longer than that. That is disappointing, I must admit. Right in the top corner. Could Ramita have done a little bit better with that? It's difficult to say, really. But we are 1-0 down. And Bayern Munich have scored against PSG as well. So PSG, of course, and Bayern Munich both won their first games of the qualifiers. The qualifiers of the group stage, should I say. So at least we've held on. We've not conceded a second. Otero's taken a knock, but hopefully he can run that off. He's not got the yellow injury marker next to him, so he should be able to get his condition back up pretty quickly. And we are at the 21-minute mark, still 1-0 down. We've had no shots yet, none on target. We've had slightly more possession than what we did, though, against Bayern Munich, which is good. But still, you'd like to see a little bit more going on, wouldn't you? And there is a highlight now in the 30th minute. It looks like it's going to be theirs again, though. Pascal, the goal scorer. Oh no, Oyazun comes forward with the ball, plays it forward, but that's a terrible ball. And Aritz turned his back on it as well. Come on, get the ball back. Come on. Tackle him. Don't let him do this again to us. It's a good ball out wide to Salvador. Back out to Tete. To Pena. Oh, great little run. And oh, God, thank God for that. Tete miscontrolled and it goes out wide. I thought that was going to be another embarrassing one there. No, do we have a highlight now then? Munoz, was this going to be a counter-attack? Ball comes back out to Munoz. It gets taken out straight by Salvador and it is going to be a counter-attack, isn't it? Or is it? No, we get the ball back, McKendy. Forward to Oyazun, to Broga. Munoz. That's not a very good ball really, is it? Otero just couldn't get there. And it looks like it could be their highlight again. It's so tricky sometimes. Ball goes back and forth, back and forth. Pascal, who scored the first goal. Don't let him get a run on you again, whatever you do. Pena. Forward to Kostic. And again, he just runs straight around the defence. But Ramito does save it this time. Good. So, I don't know. They're just seeming like a lot more... It's probably because I've not changed this, have I? And at the moment we're trying to control and be flexible. Maybe we want to be... I probably want to be standard and flexible just to try and keep a hold of the ball a bit more, if we can do. And just take the ball forward and get an opportunity. At the moment that's the problem. They've had 6 shots, 1 on target. We've had absolutely nothing. And that's they're saying it's a good first half. I don't think that was. I don't think that was a good first half. I think we've been quite poor in that one. We've got barely in the ball. We've not had a single shot. And we've never looked like coming back into this game, really. Munoz out to Otero, into Oyazun. To Broga. That was the end of that highlight. Kenny Tete. Is he a real player? Yeah, of course he's a real player. He's got a picture, but I'm just trying to remember where he comes from. Kenny Tete. I recognise Tete. I think it's like a Premiership side. I might be wrong. Maybe a different Tete, maybe. Now, can we get an equalising goal? That's going to be the interesting question. Jared Madison's been booked. We have had 2 shots now, 1 on target, which is 2 shots and 1 on target more than we had in the first half, so that's good. Be nice if we could turn this around. Even just if we can get an equaliser, that'd be fantastic. On comes Bavarama in place of Salvador. And there is a highlight, and we are in control of the ball to start off with. Munoz into Otero. Cuts into Oyazun in the middle. Oyazun ball over the top, and Aritz is going to get there, and he takes a shot and he puts it wide. Come on. I paid over £1 million for you, Aritz. Thinking you were going to be the next big thing, and I think I may have wasted my money a little bit, you know. We brought better players for less money. Right, free kick. Otero, ball in. Morgan. McKendy scores! 1-1. We've got the draw. We have got the draw. Now what do we do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Right, I think we need to potentially make a substitute and try and become a little bit more defensive and see if we can hold on to this draw. Now that'd be fantastic. Otero. Morgan took the shot. Keeper could only palm it out as far as McKendy, and we do have the equaliser. Do we change things, or do we try and go for the win? In fairness, I don't think we can go for the win, to tell the truth. I don't think we're that good, are we? But Ataganya, no, it's Otero who's struggling. He's on 60 health. So do we have an attacking right midfield? We've got Lee Zhongzhou on there, so let's bring him on there. And let's go like so. Wide target man. I think we're going to stick it the way we are, I think. We'll bring on Caballero in place of... Well, no. Not got much choice over. No, I'm going to have to bring on Caballero in place of him. Ataganya in place of Baird. Because Baird's not having a very good game, is he? Let's bring on Ataganya and see if he can change things around a little bit. And then maybe Caballero into the middle, into central attacking midfield role, who's also not having a very good game. So get a little bit of a deep line playmaker going on there. And we'll just change things up a little bit. We'll get some fresh legs on the pitch, and who knows... I don't think a draw is going to be enough to do anything for us. It might get us a couple of £100 extra money, but if we could sneak the 3 points, that could be invaluable for us. But the draw would be fantastic. I'd be happy with a draw. And it looks like we could get that draw. We're 2 minutes away. We could have just about done this, you know. Is there going to be a yellow card for Aritz? It is going to be a yellow card for Aritz, but I'm not too bothered now. McKendy's had a cracking game. Oh, there we go. A 1-1 draw at home to Valencia. Very happy with that, actually. That's been a good result for us. And look at McKendy, an 8.7 rating. He must have had an incredible second half. Of course, he scored the goal, don't forget that, but still, he must have had an incredible second half in defence as well. So, I'm happy with that. That's a big result for us. Great effort. And that's going to put us on 1 point, still at the bottom of the table. But still, at least we're off the block. We're not going to be finishing this on 0 points. Bayern Munich did beat PSG 1-0. So, yeah, we've done alright in this one. I'm quite happy with that. Let's have a quick look at the schedule and see what we've got planned for you in the next episode. Then I believe it's a match against Gibraltar, Phoenix, and then a match against PSG. We'll have a quick look. Look at that from memory. There we go. We've got Gibraltar, Phoenix at home in the league, and then we'll have PSG in the Champions League as well. Away from home, so that could be interesting for us, and you never know if we can be able to scrape another point. Let's see how much money we got for the draw. We've got £357,000 for getting that draw. That's pretty insane, isn't it? Really, that's a lot of money. So I'm very, very happy about that. Who's looking after what? Okay, Patrick Vieira is the manager of France now. That's interesting. So yeah, we'll come back for that match against Gibraltar, Phoenix, and PSG. That'll be in a couple of days' time, and I hope to see you all there. Of course, if you have enjoyed this episode, then please do hit that like button. It does really help me out. And of course, if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well for a lot more of the Gibraltar Challenge. I've been Chevy Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.